Hi, it's great. This is my 19th time now doing this, huh? Wow. Um, so much has changed, but a lot remains the same too. And I think this time of year, our defense is always ahead of our offense. We're always throwing the ball into the fifth row of the bleacher in practice, playing hard, forgiving mistakes early, making sure that we are a very difficult team to play against, and that my players are extremely confident and not hesitant. So we were able to do a close scrimmage yesterday against an opponent and got a real feel for how our spirit will emerge, and I was quite pleased. I was quite pleased with just we just can spark and ignite and just really emerge, and with new faces that are really important, and certainly new roles for the returners. And so there's a lot of unknowns, but fun group, really fun, really fast, and they love to play basketball. So it helps just your attitude and every day in practice, knowing that the players are just really enjoying this style of play. Nice shirt. Let's see, 43.
Like
I love it. Thank you. Thank you for wearing it.
So coming off, nice to see you again. Coming off a historic run that you guys had,
Yeah.
how does that carry over to this season? I mean, I know there's a lot of new players and you lost 3 starters.
Yeah.
But how does that raise expectation from your players? How does it affect this year's team?
Well, I think the biggest thing about that run for me personally, with my long history, is just the opportunities and the matchups, like how important it is to really take advantage of a matchup. And I thought we got really lucky in that run that every team had like an All-American post player. That's not really lucky, but the game plan and our strategy and our defense, we went against Angel Reese and we went against Maddie Secrets. So you had this idea of like how we got to, not get hurt by one particular player that really dominated for their team. And so, I mean, Indiana with Mackenzie Holmes. So it was like, okay, that kept us fueled. It kept us really focused in. So much of it is understand when your players are so locked in to make an adjustment or just stick with a game plan and really ride that through the tournament. So I think that helped a lot, like with my returners, that they're like, oh, like if this is the scout, like we have to do this. Like they really understand the cerebral part of the game and how much that really matters, where sometimes it just kind of blah, 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 coaches are talking. I think we're pretty locked in now, understanding like how much our extra effort on the details mattered. And I mean, there was 7 points in 3, like we won 3 games by like 5 or 7 points or something. So we're really on the edge on like knowing important moments, and I think that really has carried over.
Kind of in a similar vein, how has it carried over off the court? Dan Radakovich was talking about like increased ticket sales, increased enthusiasm. How have you seen that?
Oh, I think off the court, it's just it's funny. Like the U is anywhere. Like you walk into a gym in New York and you just get so much love, and everyone just loves Miami. And we've been worldwide with our international recruiting and everything. But I think it's true that I think some people, both on the men and the women's side, with our postseason successes in the last couple of years, some players that were just waiting for Miami to prove it are like, yeah, okay, that can be my number 1 school now, right? And I think that shift definitely happened in recruiting.
Okay, with recently our teams have been inside out.
Yeah.
But now, the 3 bigs last year were all injured.
Yeah.
Kyla,
Yeah.
Tasha, and Z
Yeah.
at times. And now
Right.
you have Aurora. We have 4 really good big players.
Yeah,
Are we
Auroras, she's not going to play this year. She had an injury before she showed up. Yeah.
Are we
So-
going to be more outside in?
You know what? I think Lazaria Spearman is not just an inside player. I mean, she has really been shooting a 3, really
Next level
evolved. She has a real potential to be a real star. I think Kyla is such a great low post presence because Kyla also shares the ball. It goes in, Kyla makes the right read and gets it out. So they will get a lot of touches, And Lattimore is coming off her knee injury. We expect her around the first week of the season, which will be great because her length and skill set's incredible. So they're 3 very different. They're all 6'4", 6'5", but they're 3 very different type players, and it really changes us. So they'll be hugely important. Is hugely a word? Incredibly important. Incredibly important.
Coach, with Jalea, Jasmine,
Yeah.
and Shai entering their 3rd seasons,
Yeah.
do you look to them for that leadership.
Oh God, yeah. You guys got 2 senior years. I mean, that's all I keep saying to them. Like, you're seniors twice. You're gonna be seniors twice. Like, they're my rocks. Like, I turn, I'm like, who have I called? Yeah, you, right? Those 3, and they really are. They've been kind of waiting. They've been kind of waiting to lead, waiting to see what the team needs from them. But if we have a flat practice or something's going wrong, I mean, I'm always blaming those 3, and they know it. It's always going to be their fault until the other ones come around, because some of the young people that are getting new, they can't get yelled at right now. They're still trying to please. So I just blame those 3, and we figure it out from there.
Katie, you said Aurora's out for the season.
Yeah.
What happened with
Knee.
the injury?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that happened just in the off season.
It happened prior to even the summer. Like, we knew, we knew it was coming, but I mean, we kept her. She's really good. She's really super. That's somebody you want to get to know her background and understand her story, and she's going to help this team this year with her presence and if Aurora says something and says, you know what, that's not really hard, that you think that's hard, that ain't hard. They listen. She's really inspirational.
You talk about the transfers.
Yeah.
What do you expect from them? What can we see from them?
A lot. I expect a lot. Allie and Shai have been a little bit dinged up, but they'll be back. I mean, Allie's back today. Shai's probably back today or tomorrow. But so Jada and Lamaya have been playing the most, and you're going to see them and be like, yeah, we know why Miami wanted them so bad. They are such Miami players. They're strong, they're athletic, they play multiple positions. They shoot the 3, they post you up. They play with incredible competitive energy and joy. They landed at the right school. They're going to get a lot of playing time, and they're going to be really impactful.
What makes Shai unique with her leadership, but also her style on the court?
Cheyenne. You know what's unique about Shai? She's really cerebral, all right? And so people kind of misread that as kind of a quiet leader. But she's really, really cerebral. She's trying to figure everything out. It's going to take a while because she's been out for a little bit. So her and I have to do volumes and volumes and volumes of film sessions so that she feels like she can start barking. She's not barking orders yet, but I know she's got it.
How do you think her experience from already being at an ACC school helps this team?
Yeah, I think late game. She's got that. She's going to want the ball. She's going to be calm. She's going to make a really good basketball play late game, and that's something that if you pick that kind of player up in the portal, or you add that player to your team, you're pretty confident as a coach, because last year a lot of our late game buckets are gone. We got Jazz, I think, who really showed it, and Jazz showed it this year in practices and all of our scrimmages as well. So I know Jazz is there, but I think Jada has that too. Jada and Shai really bring that, and then Allie scored a ton for Pepperdine. So I do think we have added that. Usually, when you add freshmen, you don't usually pick that up, but when you add some transfers with some experience, it helps.
You talk about what you lose with Destiny and Haley.
Yeah.
And I saw that Haley's in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
Is that a possibility for her to come back to Miami?
I don't think I can comment on that if she's in the portal. Sorry. But yeah, we lost, and Lola. I mean, I think Lola was a real. Lola's fourth quarter defense in the history of. I got a Mesa Hoff and Lola Pendande, the 2 young ladies that, in my opinion, in the fourth quarter defense were the best. That had the best moments, the best stops, incredible performances that no one ever talked about. So yeah, we lose that, and that's where Kyla and Z really have to use their experience on the defensive end. But we lost gamers. We lost gamers and Des and Haley for sure, and we've got to see who emerges. But that's fun. We have a drill we call 3 stops, and it's either get a stop or you hit a shot in March, and we talk about it the very first practice, like 3 stops. Who's a gamer? Who's a gamer? Who's a gamer? And they're emerging.
Having watched you on sidelines for a minute now, I don't think you ever pay attention to anything that's going on outside the 4 lines. But
Right.
What will the banner mean to you when you see that?
See, I didn't even know.
There will be a banner. You went to the Elite 8 last year.
We
by the
did.
way. There will be a
We
banner.
did.
Yes.
It was
I remember being really tired, so something special happened.
You did a lot of
You
games
know
for
what?
free last year. Yes.
That banner, I think it's just, the best part of that run, and I think I've shared it before, was when the staff, some of the support staff, like Lynette and Mariah Brown, who played for me and have been here a long time, they knew what it would mean to the team and to me. and they had the alum do a video wishing our players good luck, but not wishing them good luck. Sorry, that's way too soft. They demanded them to play well. And the message was so, like, I felt so proud as a coach. There was some people, most of them I had coached, but a lot of them that I didn't coach that just loved this program and were like, listen, we were on the Sweet 16 team. You need to win this game. You need to make history for Miami. And it wasn't roses and a little heart balloon. It was like, get this done, ladies. And I mean, I got goosebumps now just remembering it. I was in that, it was right at pregame meal, and I was like, oh my God, this is the most powerful thing. So that's what I'll think about when the banner comes down, is like how interwoven this program is in this community, nationally, and just, I mean, personally for me. I mean, it's been a lot of years of my life.
But I asked Elle this too, is there a point when a Final Four season and Elite Eight season, is there a point when the talk and the thought about it has to end and you just start thinking about, this group think about the next thing?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it has. I mean, we talk a lot, I say, in late game and special situations, like we'll put in a play, and I'm always going to reference an NCAA game. I say, hey, this play beats Washington at Iowa. Adrian Motley came off of this screen and threw it into, this play beat Gulf Coast right here on this court, right there on that block. Key Hayes got the inbound. Like, I always talk history of the program with my players, so that will continue. The intensity, what details matter, and that kind of thing. But yeah, this team is so different than last year's team that we gotta do it again in a different way.
If there was one thing that really excited you about this year's team, what would it be?
I think it's just, I think it's for those juniors, the three of them that I'm talking about that I'm yelling at all the time. They've been, I told this to Jazz the other day. I said, last year you got to play well and be a hero. You were like the whipped cream and the cherry on top of the banana split sundae, but you weren't the scoops of ice cream. You weren't the banana. You could play well, and then we won, and we could beat Carolina and Virginia Tech because you were that little extra. I was like, you got a lot different job now, right? You got to be the heart and soul. You got to be for sure 12 to 18 points a game, not just 20 and then 4, right? And so to see those three move into that role, Julia has the most minutes, right? So I keep yelling at her. Julia, who else am I going to yell at? You've played the most minutes of anyone on my team for me. Like, you better know what the heck's going on. And then Shai is really emerging. So that's kind of right now where I'm at, is like those three, two years worth of their experience and their minutes, and seeing them, transform their roles is going to be real key.
You may have been asked this already, and I apologize, but your conference is already kind of absurdly good.
Yeah.
And it's going to get absurdly better in the next couple of years. Is there going to be a day where, like, going 9-11 in the ACC gets you like a 6th seed in the tournament?
I hope so.
How
I
good
mean,
will this conference be?
I'm always barking about 500 in the ACC is a bid, no question. I mean, and last year, you see, if you give Miami a bid, we can be one of the last teams standing, and that's consistent throughout the league. I mean, at Syracuse last year, I mean, shoot, they beat us. They look great. They could have made a run too. So I think that's kind of where our league is, and so it's just a matter of, really, the ACC race comes down to these 4 games that, are always in a balance, and if you win all 4 of them, you win 2 of them, you only win 1 of them, and then you're there. But you could have won them all, you could lose them all. And there's usually 4 or 5 games that just are in the balance, that are in that middle of the pack, and it puts you here or puts you there.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.